What's going on, folks? Welcome to the latest edition of Nintendo Enthusiast Week in Review. It is I, Shawn, your host. I'm a little late uploading this episode. Real life stuff got in the way, but I'm here now, here to solve all your problems and calm all your fears, so yeah, we're good. Alright, we got a jam-packed episode this week, so let's cut the BS and jump into this past week's news. Alright, so of course the biggest news of the week is that the new Mario Kart 8 DLC pack is out, and it kicks ass. It's just awesome, awesome, awesome. You're getting 8 more courses, 3 new characters, a bunch of kart upgrades and customization things, new amiibo costumes, and of course the all-important 200cc mode, which is mind-blowing. It's fast as shit. And a lot of people seem to think that maybe it's a little too fast. I've seen some conversations online about that, and I don't think that's the case. I think it's perfect. You just have to adjust the way you race. You have to worry more about braking and the handling of your car, the weight of your car, the traction, and all that jazz to make it, work in the 200cc mode. And I think that's really fun. It adds a whole nother layer of depth to Mario Kart 8, which is already a super deep game anyways. So what do you guys think? This is going to be a new segment called Question of the Week. Do you think that Mario Kart's 200cc mode is too fast? Let me know in the comment section below by either saying yes, no, and if you want to explain, that's cool too. And we'll talk about it next week when we get the results. So let me know. So we may not talk about eShop games a lot on this show because Jason covers that on Indie Corner, but Indie Corner's been on a little bit of a break because Jason's been tied up with a lot of stuff. Don't worry, it'll be back soon. So for this week, I want to spotlight 2 upcoming survival horror games that are coming to the Wii U, because I love survival horror games, even shitty ones like Blue Stinger. 2 games that are coming out is Berserta: Silent Evil, which is an interesting looking game. It looks really high polished, and it has some gameplay mechanics that could be really good. It's being developed with the Wii U in mind, and it has gamepad functionality, so that's pretty huge. Also, we have Forgotten Memories Alternate Realities coming out, which is a port of an iOS game. Now people are already kind of, iOS game, but iOS games nowadays look pretty damn good. And considering that the developer is going to improve the graphics on the Wii U version and add some gamepad functionality, this could be a big hit. It's definitely a throwback to the older survival horror games, so I'm really looking forward to both of these games. I'll put some more information on both of these games in the description block and on the annotations. So check those out and let me know what you guys think of them.
This week's Retro Game of the Week is brought to you by PunchOutGaming.com. From retro gaming to modern, PunchOutGaming.com has you covered. Join their Facebook group for the best sales as well. Link in description.
This week's Retro Game of the Week is a pretty interesting NES title, Rescue the Embassy Mission. It's pretty weird. It combines a lot of different genres such as like stealth, platforming, sniping stuff. It's a really cool game. You can finish it in a relatively short amount of time, but it's also a very cheap game. Definitely not a lot of NES games like it, so if you don't own Rescue the Embassy Mission, you should definitely check it out. So another interesting story that's been floating around the news world is that Sakurai, in a recent interview, took some big shots at modern game developers, saying basically a lot of them rely on too much release day DLC and that they're cutting content from their games to put DLC in. And that makes sense. A lot of gamers really agree with that notion for, pretty much all games, nowadays from the big companies. And it's very interesting to see someone as high up as Sakurai, pretty much saying what the gamers are saying. Now, of course, at the same time, Mario Kart 8 is getting DLC, which is DLC done right. Smash Brothers is getting some new DLC as well. And in the same breath, Sakurai also wants to create more DLC for Smash Brothers. So it's really an interesting balance. At what point does DLC become tacked on, and what point do you cut content from the original game? It's a very interesting debate. I agree with Sakurai. I think a lot of these companies are just holding back content and holding back things to release it later as DLC, and it's a shame. It's a big shame because when you used to buy games, they were complete. That was all you got. And PC games used to have update packs and whatnot. So, I don't know, it's a very interesting debate. What do you guys think? Do you think a lot of modern companies use too much DLC? Let me know in the comments below. The final bit of news I want to talk about is that Nintendo's market cap is at its highest it's been in 4 years, at $24 billion. Yeah, it's stock-related stuff, business stuff, financial stuff, but that's pretty interesting considering most of that is coming from the DNA announcement and Amiibos. So how's that going to affect, Wii U and 3DS games? I think that's a positive thing. Now that Nintendo's market value is going up, more people are going to be keeping a sharper eye on Nintendo because obviously they're not doomed like people like to point it out to be. So it's pretty fascinating stuff. I'll post a link to the story in the description box so you guys can check that out more in depth if you're interested in that. Alright, and that's going to do it for this week's show. As always, be sure to like the video, leave me a comment below, subscribe to our channel, hit me up on social media, do what you gotta do. Check out the Patreon page. I've had a link to it up this entire video because I want you guys to check it out. Got some cool things on there, a weekly vlog that's only available to Patreon members, plus there's some cool milestone prizes as well. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I will see you guys next week, and until then, yeah, keep playing some Nintendo stuff. Later.